AITA for calling my parents by their first names after they didn't punish my brother for a hurtful comment. I'm 17M, and I was adopted by my parents, Peter and Jane, when I was 4 years old. They've always been open about my adoption, and I've never felt like they treated me any differently because of it. They have 2 other kids, my siblings, who are 12M and 9F. We've always been a close family, and I've always considered Peter and Jane to be my real parents. But last week, I had an argument with my 12-year-old brother. I can't even remember what started it, but in the middle of it, he suddenly said, "Mom and Dad aren't even your real parents." Hearing that from him hurt more than I can explain. I've always seen him as my little brother, and I never imagined he'd say something so cruel. Afterward, I went to Peter and Jane, expecting them to be as upset as I was. But instead of grounding him or making him apologize, they just said he didn't mean it and probably didn't realize how hurtful it was. They pretty much brushed it off, and that made me feel like my feelings weren't important. Since then, I've been calling them by their first names instead of Mom and Dad. I know it's getting on their nerves because they've asked me to stop, but I've refused. I told them I'll stop when they either punish my brother or at least make him apologize for what he said. If he's going to say they aren't my real parents, then why should I call them Mom and Dad? Now they're upset with me, saying I'm being petty and that I'm overreacting. My dad has even started calling me princess because he says I'm acting like one. I know he's trying to make me feel bad or embarrassed, but honestly, it just makes me feel worse. From where I stand, it feels like they didn't take what my brother said seriously enough, and that's why I'm doing this. I don't want it to feel like I'm making a big deal out of nothing, but at the same time, I can't just let this go without some sort of consequence. What my brother said really hurt me, and I need them to understand that. AITA.